everybody, welcome to, which one's what?
This is your Chalk Couture, that's your...
We're doing a dual thing. I don't know why we're doing a dual thing. Steve wants to try to do dual thing. Anyway, we're going live on both pages, on my Chalk Couture Facebook page as well as the Kats Creations. Just because what I generally do is I come on here and I show you how to make some amazing things, and then basically what we do is we show you how to do it in the Chalk Couture world, and then we'll migrate back over to Kats Creations at a later date and take whatever I have designed and utilize that in a wreath. Because I was looking at a couple questions, and I apologize, I haven't been as diligent on reading comments on the Chalk Couture page as I should. So we have redone notifications, so I should get both of those on my phone so I can reply to both groups. But tonight we're gonna do, it's gonna be kind of interesting because I saw a design and I want to replicate that for a wreath design. And so what it's doing is using the egg cutouts, and these come in a 3-pack, so you get 3. They're already whitewashed. So I'm gonna walk you through the steps of how to use the Chalk Couture transfers, which this one is just for the egg cutouts. So it comes with 4. You get the flower, you get the little vine, you also get this that almost looks like scales if you want, and then your traditional Easter egg design. So we're going to be doing this one for one of the eggs. We're going to do this on another egg cutout, and then utilizing the house cutouts, because these are all new for spring. So they have the house cutouts, which are, hold on a second and I'll tell you, 7 inches at the tallest point and 5 inches across. So 5 by 7 without this. So from here, 7 to the sides, 5. So we're going to be doing Home Sweet Home for one of the houses that will be incorporated in probably a year-round wreath. But I'm also going to be using one of the house cutout transfers, and this is just like kind of like a herringbone pattern almost. We're going to be doing this on one of the egg cutouts. I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing, because we're going to take these and flip it and kind of do a unique twist on these. So let me show you really quick what the house transfers look like when you buy them complete. So this obviously, oops, shows you the Home Sweet Home and the herringbone water cutout. These are the other ones you get. So you kind of get this really pretty pattern. Family with a heart, love makes our house a home, the vines, and then you get the doors and the windows, and you also get this funky design here at the bottom. So you guys ready to join me?
Yep. Judy said hi, Kat and Steve, and then Jana on your main group said so excited to watch you do this.
I love doing these fun
on
things.
Your Chalk Couture group, you got Gina, Antoinette, Katie, Sue, Tracy, Renee on there. So you got about 5 or 6 on there, and you got about 40 on the other. So
no worries. So you've got to pick out your colors. I guess that would probably be the hardest choices, but knowing what I'm going to be turning these little eggs into makes my color choice relatively easy. So I'm going to be using, and I've already prepped my paint, my Chalk Couture paste. This is Bumblebee. So this is the yellow. The orange that we're going to be using, I'm trying to give you the exact name, is Orange Peel. The pink that we're using is Peony.
Yeah.
The blue is the Chalk Couture blue. And then we're using the black for the Home Sweet Home. So I've already mixed these because they had been sitting. God, it's been a while since we've done a Chalk Couture tutorial. And when Gail was here visiting, she reminded me, you know, you kind of have to be consistent there. When are you going to start finding time to do the Chalk Couture stuff on a pretty regular basis? So yeah, today's that first day. So I've got my fuzzing cloth. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, just get a regular terry cloth towel. That's really all you need. Because 2 houses come in the cutout, we're not going to be using the second one, at least not tonight. But I'm going to go simple. So we're going to start with the egg cutout on the little egg. And these are already like created so that you can stand them once you have done your design on them. So the first thing we're going to do, this one's going to be yellow, is I'm going to pull this off. And generally what they always ask you to do is feel to see how sticky they are, because the last thing you want to do is have it stick on here so good that we can't lift it off without ruining the transfer. So I'm going to fuzz this a couple times, which basically just means taking some of the sticky off. So I'm going to try this a couple times because I want it to be able to come off fairly easy, but I also want it to stick really well. So I'm going to start at the top, and these transfers are made to where, I'm trying to line this one up. There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that sticks on there very well. They're made to where you can kind of position them. So if you want the little, I call them scales, if you want them to go down, obviously you're going to put the round part at the top. If you want them to go the other way, you can start with your Chalk Couture transfer a different way. But we're going to make sure we smooth all the air bubbles out and we have a really good surface to work on.
Judy said this is new to me, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're going to like these.
They kind, to me, from here, they look like feathers.
Yeah. So, and this is what, let me finish. Let me make this and then I'll tell you what it's going to be. So we're going to take our bumblebee, and like I said, you're going to mix these with distilled water. So some of mine have been sitting since I started this, and this was back in October. So they kind of get a little, they look like Play-Doh after a while because the water will absorb and kind of like, what do you call it? Evaporate. So taking some distilled water, and what I do is I just kind of put some in a bowl, take my fingers in a bowl and just kind of sprinkle it in there. And then once you have some in there, if you take the detail tool, which is a little thicker than the squeegee, and just really work that mixture, and you can rehydrate the paste. So this one was pretty bad. This one actually looked like cottage cheese when I first started, and now it's got the consistency of yogurt is what you're supposed to be trying for. So I'm going to go ahead and take, shouldn't have done it with that, but I just wanted to make sure I had stirred it. I'm going to take my squeegee, I'm going to pull some of my paste, and we're going to start at the top. And all you're going to do is start at the top and work your way all the way to the bottom of your transfer. And you're kind of pushing it on there just like you would, try to think of a good analogy.
Like you're spackling a...
Yeah, exactly, like you're spackling the nail holes in your wall. And then you're going to want to go ahead and remove all the excess. It's so easy to do it. So we're going to try to get all that paste off, just like that. And then we're going to start at the top in the corner, but we don't want to peel them off from the corner and onward. We're just going to pull those down. So I've got my transfer. I have a little container of water, so I'm just going to kind of take that and let that sit in the water. And I'm going to show you what this looks like now. This is what it turned out. So I'll have Steve zoom in if he can zoom in that far. I'm sure he can. Great. So that one's done. Just that easy. And basically what he's going to be when I finish with him is I have to let the chalk paste dry. Then I'm going to take water-based lacquer and I'm going to clear coat him 2 or 3 times just to kind of get a permanent base on him. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually drill a hole in the top, a very small hole, and he's going to have little feathers, and we're going to cut out a little piece of felt and put in, like with Sharpie, 2 little eyes, and he's going to be a chick for Easter.
Little triangle piece of felt, yeah.
Yeah, a little triangle piece of felt. And I'll show you the picture. Somebody else had done that within their Chalk Couture group, and it looked so darn cute. And I thought, these would be really super cute to do that with, but then also incorporate them into the wreath design. So this is the body for our baby chick. It's kind of like his head, right? His head and his his body, no feathers. So this one's done. So we'll set that one aside. Let me go rinse this really quick because I'm a fanatic about stuff not drying on our chalk couture stuff.
And on the main group, apologies if I don't get to all the comments.
Because he's running two
at
the same time.
Yeah, I've only seen 1 or 2 comments.
Okay, so there's that one. So now we're going to take the house transfer, and we're going to use the house transfer. I'm going to keep this because you want to keep your backings. Your backings have a shiny side and they have a dull side. So when we're done, I'm going to rinse these off, clean these up, and then when it's dry, we're going to re-adhere that back onto the shiny side, and then you can get between 15 to 20 different uses out of one transfer.
Yeah,
right. It just depends on how well you take care of them.
Yeah.
If you don't rinse them out, if you don't take care of them really well and get the adhesive to come back, you know, they're only going to last as long as you take care of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Katie in your Chalk Couture group said, I've been wanting to make a chick too. They're so cute.
Aren't they? They're super cute. So I was like, let's make chicks. Okay. So now we're going to take this one with the herringbone pattern of the house. Remember, they don't have to fit exactly to the structure. So if you decide that you want to do this, I don't know, on some wood blocks, you can use it for that. So I'm just going to defuzz this one a couple times, and then we're going to slap this on our egg cutout. Okay. This one's actually pretty darn sticky. Okay. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to attempt to lay this on. I want to make sure that I'm getting it right to the top, but to the middle of my transfer, so that my pattern should line up. So we're going to do the same thing. We'll take our squeegee, we'll make sure all the air bubbles are out, just like so. And this time we're going to use the orange peel. So this is the orange chalk paste. All of these are paste because doing them on wood, if you want to make it to where you want to reuse them, then you would not take the water-based lacquer and go ahead and put like a clear coat on them. You would just leave them this way, and then after the season, if you want to change it for next year, if you don't want them to become permanent, then don't put the lacquer on it. Just let them dry, and then you could either use a disinfectant wipe or, you know, paper towel, some water on it, and you can work that chalk paste off, and then follow that up with maybe a light use of the Chalk Couture eraser, which is basically a magic eraser. So this one's already ready for us. So I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to pick up some of that paste, starting at the top, and we're just going to pull that all the way down. Just like this, and now we're going to scrape off all the remnants. Put that back in, because these really go a long way. So I'm trying to get all that excess in the middle without trying to hold that. I just want to get rid of the lines. Okay, there we go. Pulling from the top, from the middle, because we don't want to stretch our transfer. And this is the look we have for this one. And I'm going to throw this one in here. Put it back in our water bath. Put our cover back on. And this one, when it actually dries, will be utilized this way. And it's not going to stay, but I can kind of give you an idea you can kind of take a piece of this and you can do it as a carrot with some raffia, or Steve pulled some other fun stuff like this to make your little carrot top. So it's going to be a carrot and a chick. So we will be following those up once they dry. So there's that one and this one. And then we are going to do, should we do the other egg cutout?
Yeah, I mean, it goes quick.
They go really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and if you don't like the way this cut out, if you want it to, you could almost reverse this. You could almost paint the entire thing orange,
yeah,
and then come back in and do a white Chalk Couture paste on it, which I'm going to look at and see if I like it that way. If not, I'm going to come back in just with a regular, an acrylic, water-based,
you can just
like
paint it with a chalk paste.
Yeah, but this gets expensive.
Yeah,
you can go to Michael's and just buy the little acrylic paint, paint the whole thing orange. At that point though, you're gonna wanna let it dry. Then you're gonna wanna prime it with the water-based lacquer so that when you take the transfer, once it's completely dry, and come back in and do a white, right?
Right.
A white chalk paste on top of that, it will allow that to pull off without pulling the orange water-based paint underneath off.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions you guys have?
I'm kind of feeling. I don't think, like I said, I haven't been able to see any questions on the main group.
That's why I thought you kind of want to be on the main group. So we're going to defuzz the traditional like Easter and transfer. Do this a couple more times. And then I'm going to go ahead and line this up. I'm trying to see where I want my lines to be. So I'm just.
Can you use a spray lacquer?
You can. We use a spray lacquer, but it has to be water-based.
Yep.
You don't want the alcohol-based one because that will take anything that you have done with white in it and it will turn it yellow.
And make sure the lacquer does say does not yellow or prevents yellowing.
Yeah. Well, if they just get water-based, which is simple cleanup. So we're going to try this one with two-tone. So I may pull this one up. I'm not sure if I want to put the little dots at the bottom just because of where the stencil's lining up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just going to give me 3 round dots at the bottom.
Yeah.
So we'll try that. And this is where I'm going to alternate the pink and blue. So we're going to do blue and then pink and then blue and then pink. So we'll come in with the blue first, and I'm going to use the detail tool because it's a smaller area to work with. And I'm just going to go over where my blues will be, which I'm going to do at the top. Make sure I hit all those areas. Come back in here with the blue.
Thank you for sharing, Margaret, on your Chalk Couture page.
Yeah, you can share.
Yeah.
It's a private group, so it really won't go anywhere. Because I have it closed for now. That may change later. So let's go ahead and take this off, all the excess. If you work fairly quickly, you can get them both on in the same time, because you don't want to have that paint dry in your transfer. So I happen to have a second tool. So we're going to go in really quickly with this like bubblegum pink peony, and we're going to go in and do this. And trust me, a little goes a long ways.
Sarah said I have to take some pictures of my houses and eggs to show you. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'd love to see them. So we're trying to get that chalk line out. And we'll go ahead and tackle this at the very bottom of our transfer. It's always going to be challenging. Okay, a little bit more. Let's go ahead and try to take that excess off. And we will lift this. I'm trying to hold this and pull at the same time. You can see where it's sticking really well. But
oh yeah, that came out
that's
cute.
super cute. Yeah. So that's your dual look one. And you can do that, like I've seen them done where they do a different color in every single section. Just keep in mind you have to work quickly. So if it dries, go ahead and pull your stencil up. Take a blow dryer, blow dry that section. And then if you want, you can take these little backings, slide it underneath the transfer so that you don't have to worry about anything getting in that area that you just finished up.
Mm-hmm.
So now we will do our final one, which is the Home Sweet Home. So I'm going to move these over here. There's that.
Mm-hmm.
Move that over there. Okay. So we're going to take our house. We're going to go ahead and put in a typical standard black Home Sweet Home so that we can use it on anything. So let's defuzz that. And like I said, you don't have to buy all the product like the fuzzing cloth. A towel works fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I used when I first got mine. I just got out an old kitchen towel.
I like that house because it's like whitewashed. It's
Yeah.
not pure white.
But we just got to get the stick off.
Yep.
Otherwise, you saw how there's parts of the egg transfer that didn't want to quite let me have it back.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to center our Home Sweet Home on there. Because that's always the hardest part, is knowing is it centered or not. And this should go really quick because all we're going to do is Home Sweet Home right in the middle with our black, I think this is called Black Velvet.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We're going to take our paste, and I like working from top to bottom. It just makes it so much easier to pull it all the way down. And you really want to make sure you're hitting all those lines in your transfer. Okay, ready, set, go. As long as you're pulling from the middle, everything should be okay. See how tight it is? But there's your Home Sweet Home.
Yep.
And you can come back in, you can elaborate. I mean, there's super cute heart that's included in the house transfer. So we can even put a little red heart in here at the top. If we want to do that, we've got to wait for the Home Sweet Home to dry.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could come back in and add a heart, or we can add a little floral, we can add a little bird, whatever you want to do for the top.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just take a little sprig of ribbon and put the ribbon in the top.
Yep, little bow or something.
Yeah, it's entirely up to you. But these are the simple things that Chalk Couture came out with this year. So like I said, you either get two, you can do 2 houses, you can do 3 cutouts. They're actually putting a limit to the number of cutouts you can get because they're already they're done, they're ready to go. And I think it's
3 for
2
10.
or 3 sets, and then that's it. Because people went in and they just started buying a ton of them. The good thing is right now Chalk Couture offers a flat rate shipping for United States customers if you don't want to sign up to become a designer, which means that you could just go in, you can just buy the product, get in, get out with no obligation. The difference between a designer is designers get 40% off of their cutouts their transfers are paste, not including the supplies. But we also pay a little bit different on the shipping. We don't get it's $4.95 for United States, and I want to say it's $6.95 for Canadian. Price of all the products, let's see, the egg transfers, the little 4 set, is $14.99 to get these 2 plus the other 2 that I used, the nice Easter design and the little bird feathers.
Let's see the 3 that you used? Yeah.
Not the 3, because remember this one?
Oh, that's the home.
We use the house transfer on, right. Okay. So these 2 plus these 2 is what you get in the egg cutout transfers. So you can use these for anything you want. They're just set up to work with the actual eggs. So these are $14.99. The egg cutouts, let me tell you what those prices are. So for a set of 3, they're $9.99. And then for the house pack, to get a set of 2 house packs, these are $12.99. And then if you want the house transfers, this whole set that came with this one and the herringbone pattern, plus the ones I didn't use, these ones are $29.99. So if you just want to get in and get out and maybe buy a couple of these and a couple of those and transfers a couple of things of the chalk paste, get your $4.95 shipping. There's no more obligation for you. But if you want to sign up and work under me as your team leader, you can go to my website. There's a starter kit available right now. Oh, I should have had you grab. Did I grab that one? Can you look right on my desk and see? There's a new transfer that just came out for the March kit. So for the March kit, you're going to get some cutouts. You're going to get 5 different color pastes. Yeah, that's it. You're going to get, I'd have to look as far as the actual transfers, but generally they give you 3 or 4 different types of transfers. You get the little round cutouts, which you can use at Christmas time for Christmas ornaments, or you can put a magnet backing on them and use them as magnets. You also get, what is it? I want to say it's a 5x7 dual-sided black chalkboard stand. So you can make a sign that goes either horizontally or vertically. And then you also get a really nice framed magnetic board, which a lot of people just use for their seasonal items, and then they don't spray it. They wait for the season to end and then they change it out because it's such a nice board. And this is the transfer that you get for the month of March. So if you're a Chalk Couture designer, you're going to automatically get this one in your set, which is the French Market transfer. Also, here's another thing too. If you're just going to sign up to get the transfers and get out and not sign up to become a member, they have an offer going right now. It's called Transfer Palooza. You buy 3 transfers and you get the 4th one free. You even get the $4.95 shipping. So you could, it's like every 3rd transfer you get, your 4th transfer is free. So you could technically like do buy 6 and get 2 free. It's entirely up to you how you want to run with that. The starter kit for March, which is like the best deal to get going, is $99. And then, like I said, you get 5 starter pastes that are coordinated for the transfers for that month. You will automatically get this one included in your transfer set. You get the 12 chips, those 5x7 sign, the magnetic board. You get an apron, starter tool stuff. I'll post it after here so you guys can see what's in the March kit. If you want to sign up, or if you just want to go to the website and see what's there and check out the prices and the products, just go to, it's like this, but you're going to insert the word chalk. So it's KatsCreationsNMore, or no, sorry, let me rephrase that. to go to my Chalk Couture site, it's chalkcouture.com, and then it's Kats Creations just like this and more. That will get you to my Chalk Couture website. If you want to sign up to get on the Chalk Couture Facebook page, that's where it's Kats, Chalk Creations and More. So all that is just sharing designs of what other people are doing with, you know, you could just basically say, hey, I'm stuck on the eggs. I don't know what other kind of designs there are, and a ton of people will give you ideas of what to do, how you use that. So we're going to be using these in future designs in the Kats Creations page. Same thing with the Home Sweet Home. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions at all that I haven't covered? It's really super easy to maintain your transfers. You just keep them in a little water bath while you're finishing up your design. Then you'll take them over to the sink. You'll rinse them out really good. If you have some stubborn stuff that like wants to stick in there, like the red pigment, and sometimes a lot of the glimmer, they call it like a shimmer stuff with the glitter in it, you might have to take a disinfectant wipe and wipe both sides of your transfers to get that paste and stuff out.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's it for today, and hopefully you guys liked what I showed you. I will try to schedule a live for, this is Thursday, next week, and I'll try to give you some advance notice, and we'll do some vintage Easter ones that we can incorporate into a wreath design. All right, everyone, well, have a great night, and thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.